For what purpose does the gentleman from Hawaii rise?
Afternoon, Mr. Speaker. I ask for unanimous consent to address the House for 5 minutes.
Without objection.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I am rising to speak very briefly on the fiscal situation facing our nation today. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I have the privilege of having won a special election in the state of Hawaii just a couple of weeks ago. I am the junior-most member, of course, right now in the U.S. House of Representatives, but I ran on a very simple platform, that we need to put our fiscal house in order, that our government is spending far too much money, and the mentality here in Congress today is that of spend, spend, and spend some more. And if that doesn't fix the problem, throw more money at it. That, I believe, is a recipe for a fiscal disaster. I pledge my constituents in the state of Hawaii that I will never, ever forget that every single dollar the government spends comes from a family like yours. And right now, we're spending far too much of that money. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I want to highlight what transpired yesterday in the Budget Committee in the hearing by Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke. In that hearing, which I had the privilege of questioning the Federal Reserve Chair, I thought he highlighted some very important measures that our nation should take note of and this Congress must take note of. The Federal Reserve Chairman pointed out that currently our budget deficit here in the U.S. Congress, in his words, is not sustainable. The Federal Reserve Chairman clearly articulated that we need more fiscal restraint. And right now, unless the federal government gets a control of its enormous budget deficit, major problems and consequences will occur to our national economy. The Federal Reserve Chair pointed out to all of us right now that although a federal budget deficit of hundreds of billions of dollars, or in our case right now, trillions of dollars, might be okay in the short term, if there is a fix over the long term, it will seriously damage our nation's economic growth prospects. The Federal Reserve Chair, when I asked him, pointed out that perhaps a budget deficit of about $300 billion could be sustained. We are, of course, looking today at a federal budget deficit well in excess of $1 trillion with no end in sight. And what's even more troubling to me is the Federal Reserve Chairman pointed out to this Congress that we have no fix in place. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I want to reiterate and further urge all the members of this Congress as we go through this budgeting process, and it is a tragedy that this Congress has still yet to pass a budget. We have to exercise greater fiscal restraint, reduce the amount of enormous spending going on in this government. If we do not take care of our nation's budget deficit, this budget deficit will take care of us. I remind all of the members of this chamber, we do not have to look any further than what's happening in the nation of Greece right now and the fiscal and enormous financial problems going on in Europe. If our nation and our Congress does not restrain its spending, reduce its taxes, and limit its government, we will be in the same mess. Mr. Speaker, with that, I yield back the balance of my time. Thank you.
The gentleman yields back.